Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So I was just inspecting one of my pot of Echeveria Black Prince and I was shocked to see this. There is a complete entire colony of ants that have attacked this pot. As you can see, the amount of ants, most probably because it was raining and they were getting a little bit of warmth, and they have collected a lot of mealybugs under my Black Prince. You can see the amount of mealybugs, so I will have to treat it quickly. Before that, I have to get rid of those ants. So I have my cinnamon powder handy. I'm just going to take some. Let me just fix this camera and let me focus it on them. And I'm just going to sprinkle some cinnamon powder on it so that I can loosen before I clean the entire pot. And you can see the amount of mealybugs. I also have my hand sanitizer ready so that I can just clean off the stem area. They have completely colonized this pot. They've made it into a colony, complete colony in fact. So I'm just going to brush them off first, all of the ants, and then I will start working with the mealybugs. As you can see, I'll have to most probably take out the plant before they attack the root system. So I'll have to check the roots as well as I'll have to brush off all the ants first. So I'm just going to do that. I have this large brush. You can see the amount of ants. So basically they were all seeking refuge in this. So I'm going to just brush off as much as ants as I can, because that's the most important part, to get rid of all those ants. So I'm just going to brush them off. So they have basically colonized. So they were getting shelter, they were getting food from the mealybugs, they were getting shelter inside this pot. Because it's a papercrete pot, it had some cavities, so they have also kind of hiding in between that. So it was a little difficult to notice, but now that I have seen this, so I will first get rid of all of the ants, and meanwhile the cinnamon powder is going to loosen the mealybugs. It's going to take a little bit of time because they are in a huge number. So let me quickly get rid of all of these ants and get back to you. So most probably I'll have to take out the entire succulent, because I can see that there are more ants inside the soil. So basically they have created an entire colony inside the soil as well. So I'll have to most probably take out all of the soil, and I'm going to keep the succulent out for it to dry, because it's the soil is still a little wet. It was a very sandy soil, so it was very good for the ants to hide in between. So I'm going to clear off everything. I'm going to take out the soil. I'm going to sprinkle some more cinnamon powder and clear off all of the ants, and I'll take out the soil, or probably I'll refresh the soil. I won't be putting the succulent back into the soil right away. I'll let it be out in a little bit of sun so that it gets the warmth and this thing gets dried up, and then I'm going to apply some sanitizer on it. So guys, I decided that I'm going to be putting it back into the soil. The reason is because it might rain, so I do not want the succulent to be sitting out. But I have cleared up all of the mealybugs. You can see it's now much more fresh. I have cleared out. There is some white markings on it, but that's absolutely fine. We have cleared as much as the mealybugs. I've even cleared out all of the roots. You can see now the roots are much more fresh. I've got rid of all of that soil, and the roots are very less right now, but that's absolutely fine. So I have cleared up as much as I could. I was afraid that they might have damaged the roots or the stem, but luckily they haven't done anything as of now. It looks a little fresh. They haven't made any holes into the stem, but this white thing is going to be there. That's absolutely fine, but there are no mealybugs left anymore. And I have also added some cinnamon powder into the soil. You can see the soil has also almost dried up because of the heat. So now what I'm going to do is, I thought initially that I'm going to wait, but I did not want to take a chance. So I'm going to put the succulent back into the soil. I have added a good amount of cinnamon powder in the soil so that the ants will not come back. So now we have potted the succulent back again. Now I'm going to keep a close watch on this because you can also see that the succulent has started to close inwards because it's slightly warm and it's getting a little stressed. So you can see initially the succulent was quite open in my last video, but now you can see it is completely closed. So I have cleared up everything. I've put it back into the soil. I didn't find any more mealybugs in the soil. I didn't find any mealybugs in the soil. I didn't find any more ants in the soil, so I decided to put it back. Now I'm going to keep it in a good warm sun so that the succulent can get the warmth, and in case if there are any ants, they will get irritated with the cinnamon powder in the soil and the warmth. So this is how the succulent looks right now. Probably I'll give you an update after a couple of days. Right now the succulent is starting to close inwards, which is absolutely fine, but overall the succulent was not very damaged with the amount of ants that I seen. I thought it's going to be damaged quite a lot, but luckily it is doing absolutely fine. So I will keep an eye on it and see what happens next. Again, I will keep you guys updated about how it's doing. Right now the leaves are slightly closed. Probably day after tomorrow or so I will water it. I'm not going to water it right away because we have cut off some of the roots. We have added some cinnamon powder around the root area. We have used a little bit of the hand sanitizer, how I usually tend to do in my other videos. I just clean the area with hand sanitizer on the earbud, and on the Q-tip I use some sanitizer, and I clean the area where there was infestation. Now it was very fresh, so I've put it back into the soil. I'll give you an update as and when the succulent starts to open up and look much better. And again, as I said, I'm not going to water it right away. I'll wait for at least another 4 or 5 days to be on the safer side. I'll wait for another 4 or 5 days and then I'm going to water it. But I'm going to keep it in a good amount of morning direct sunlight. Hopefully it should not rain soon. But if it's going to rain, I'm going to move it under a shade. But if there is good amount of sun, I'm going to keep it out so that it can get a good amount of warmth. So now you can see there are no more ants left. I've brushed off as much as I could. I didn't basically wanted to kill the ants, so I tried to brush it off so that the ants don't get damaged, even though they are going to damage my succulent, but I didn't want to kill them, so I just brushed them off. And this is how it looks right now. And another important thing, as you might have seen, I haven't sprayed anything on the succulent. I just used the dry cinnamon powder and a little bit of hand sanitizer on the Q-tip, and I just cleared off the stem area, nothing on the crown. So we'll just wait and see. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep propagating.